Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mina and today's video is going to be another reading vlog. This vlog is extra special because today is my birthday and also I am doing a reread of one of my favorite books. I told you in my last video that I would be rereading Annihilation this weekend. I really just want to see how my reactions have changed or not changed because this is one of my favorite books and it was one of the scariest books that I've ever read. So I'm kind of wondering if 3 years later I have like the same feelings and the same reactions to this, and I figured there isn't a better time to reread this than the weekend of my birthday. So that is what I'm going to be doing in this vlog. I'm also going to take you guys along with me, doing some fun stuff today, and I'll probably get this book done by tomorrow just because it's very short. It's a little bit less than 200 pages, so I think I'll be able to get it done by tomorrow. So it will be a lot shorter of a reading vlog than last time, but hopefully a very, very fun one. Let me go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about what I read so far. I started reading the first 50 pages of this last night and this morning, so I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So far in the first 50 pages, I definitely am getting the mysterious and weird vibes of Area X. This is a really interestingly told book because we are seeing it from the perspective of one of the explorers, who is the biologist. It kind of just throws you into the story like in the middle of it. We don't see like before the expedition begins, we don't really get any context. It's kind of just these women are already in the area and then they backtrack a little bit explaining why they're there, how they got there, and then going on while they're exploring there. So I really like that it kind of just throws you right into the action immediately. It just has like a very, like I said, unsettling vibe throughout. You're always kind of waiting for something to go wrong during this expedition, especially knowing that things have gone wrong in previous explorations. I feel like I'm still enjoying it in the same way that I did the first time around. Obviously, the first time that I read it, it was a scarier experience because I didn't really know what to expect. And now this time around, I know some of the creepy scenes that are going to happen, but some of the smaller details and just like the vibe in general, I'm sort of reliving that now almost for the first time. I also think it's really interesting that a part of this book deals with psychology and hypnosis. There is a psychologist character in this expedition, and we learn very early on, so this is not really a spoiler, but we do learn from the biologist that the psychologist is tasked with using hypnosis on all of the women in the group in order to kind of keep them calm. And it's such a creepy and like weird thing to read about. I want to keep this video spoiler free, but I think I'm going to add some possible spoilers throughout. And if I do, I will have a spoiler heading kind of on the screen in case you guys are interested in reading this. So this is one possible spoiler, but there's a scene where the biologist is not affected by the hypnosis of the psychologist because of something that happened to her. She's no longer under the hypnotic spell of the psychologist. And it's so creepy witnessing it from her perspective, seeing the psychologist hypnotize the other women in the group, and she's kind of just sitting there like watching it all happen, and the psychologist doesn't really know that she is immune to it right now, so she's kind of just playing along and pretending to be hypnotized. I also think the whole concept of the tower and them exploring the tower and being obsessed with exploring the tower is also a really interesting and scary part about this book. So yeah, so far in the first 50 pages, definitely a lot of creepy vibes going on and really good writing. So I'm going to continue reading this. I think we are going to go to Starbucks so I can get my free birthday drink today and possibly go plant shopping for my first plant a little bit later on. So I will catch in with you guys a little bit later and give you more of my thoughts as I continue reading. Okay, so we are about to just get our Starbucks. My husband went to go pick it up. I'm so excited I get my free cold brew today for my birthday. So Yay! And then we're gonna go pick up my first plant. I've never had a plant before, and I told my husband I really want a plant for my birthday, so we're gonna go to the plant store and see what they've got. It's not creamy. I'm sad.
Do you want it creamy?
Yeah.
I'll go tell him right now.
Thanks. The hubby's gonna go ask them for some extra cream in our cold brews because we did order with extra sweet cream and it wasn't very creamy, which is fine. Like, I think like it's always hard to judge like what extra means, because for me extra could mean one thing and then the barista could mean another thing, so they'll just add a little bit more and I'm sure it will be delicious. So we just got back home from the plant place and Starbucks, and I got 2 plants, which I'm really excited about. I did a little bit of like plant research ahead of time just to see what were some plants that are easy to take care of for like a first time plant owner. So the 2 plants that I decided to go with were the snake plant and the pothos, because those were the ones that I read online that required less attention, less watering, and not a lot of sunlight. So I'm going to show you guys what they look like. So this is the snake plant that I got. It's actually pretty big, and I don't know how much these grow, so it could be like a monstrous beast in the future. And then pothos that I got, whoa, is also pretty big as well. I kind of wanted something that looked overgrown, something that was kind of growing outside. Haven't done any reading since I last updated you guys, but I have like about an hour and a half until we leave for my parents' house, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some more reading done and update you guys later with my thoughts. So it is the end of the night right now. It's about 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. and I'm back home now. I went to my parents' house. We had some cake with them and I got some presents from my family. Did get a few books from my siblings that I do want to show you guys, but I will show you them tomorrow. But I did read another 50 pages of Annihilation, so I have about 100 pages left. It is only like 200 pages, so I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I still freaking love this book so much. There's just like so much curiosity that I have while reading this book, and even though I know kind of like what is going to happen in the book, there are a lot of mysteries that, I guess this could kind of be a spoiler, so possible spoiler, I'm warning you guys now. There are a lot of mysteries that kind of don't get solved at the end of this book. Part of me doesn't really mind that because yes, I'm curious, but at the same time I feel like it makes the book scarier to have unanswered questions. And it just really draws me in, and it's just my type of book. It's my type of weird. I'm at the part now where the group has already explored the tower tunnel that is in Area X. They found the creepy writing on the wall, and they also, spoiler, found the anthropologist's dead body within the tower. Now, the biologist and the surveyor, they're kind of grappling with the fact that the psychologist could be not good, could have something to do with the anthropologist's death, and is using hypnosis for her own control and benefit. So there's a lot of like craziness kind of going on. Like I said, I don't know, I just like am so intrigued by this book, and it's really hard to explain because there are so many like complexities and like intricate details that really go into reading this that it's hard to explain without spoiling. And even if I do spoil it, again, it's just very hard to explain. Like, you have to read the book to really get what's going on. But all I can say is that I'm definitely enjoying this the second time around just as much as I did the first time. There's so many like layers to this story that make it creepy and make it multifaceted and make it more significant than just like an exploration mystery story. For example, there's hints at like government involvement with Area X, conspiracies that the government had some kind of research and experiment which created Area X in the first place, which to me is fascinating. And if you read the second and third book, you kind of see that there is government and military involvement in some way, but I won't get into too much detail about that. That definitely creates a more complex story and it makes it more interesting in my opinion. I think if it was just like a natural region that was mysterious, I don't know, I'm more scared of the fact that it is related to the government and like military, because those organizations just scare me in general, like the control and the power that they have and the things that they could do to everybody, like that freaks me out, to be honest. So I think that that makes the story a lot scarier. I feel like my thoughts were so jumbled and all over the place right now, but I just wanted to say that I am still loving this book and hopefully tomorrow I can finish it and give you guys my final thoughts. So it is 2 days later, you guys. I didn't end up filming yesterday, but I did end up finishing Annihilation and I wanted to give you guys my final thoughts on the book. I'm gonna try to keep this quick. Overall, definitely still a 5-star read for me the second time around. I really enjoyed this, even though I knew some of the plot points and some of the things that would happen in this book, but it was still an adventure for me, and there are certain things that I didn't really pick up on the first time around that I noticed this time. So I'm really glad that I did do this reread. I still think it's super creepy and super fascinating. I also wanted to briefly like mention in terms of like the film adaptation, I said this before and I don't really like the film adaptation, and one of the reasons why is because there were a lot of scenes that were just overly visualized, and in the book those scenes are more left to the reader's imagination, which I think sometimes could actually be scarier than showing a monster or creature on screen. I also wanted to say that one of my favorite themes in this book is that idea of having such a strong, insatiable curiosity for something and that leading to your demise or to your death. We see that with these characters risking their lives trying to explore this area and knowing that they may come back changed or knowing that they may not come back at all. And I think that's such an interesting concept, because to me it seems like your own mind is against you and your own mind could be the reason for why you die, which to me is creepier than like a monster killing you. So definitely would rate this 5 out of 5 again. Still one of my favorite books of all time. I also wanted to just show you guys the 2 books that I got for my birthday from my brother and my sister that I'm really excited about. Both of them are thrillers. The first one is from my sister. She got me The Passengers by John Mars. This is more of like a suspenseful kind of sci-fi thriller about these self-driving like automatic cars. And I think they kind of go crazy and start locking the passengers inside and perhaps killing them. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's the premise that I heard of. And I'm really excited to read this. And then the other book that I got from my brother was The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. Super excited for this. Love creepy motels. Love the cover of this, and I'm really excited. I heard mixed things about this one, so we shall see. So that is it. I finished my reread of Annihilation, and I took you guys along with me for my journey. Let me know if you've read Annihilation and if you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you continued on in this series, I would love to know your thoughts about the whole series. If you guys know of any similar books that are like Annihilation, I'm always looking for books that are similar to that. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you can expect more reading vlogs from me in the future. I really enjoy making these. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day today. Bye guys!